Marathon Petroleum has actually seen a bit of a bounce recently, with that stock gaining even more than 10% in a month. And guess what? Bullish options traders are betting on even more upside ahead. Pete and Jon have that unusual activity and more. Pete, you're up first on a company that some hedge funds have started to get involved with.
Yeah, the hedge funds, and that's a big part of why we're seeing it here. Obviously, we've seen the pullback in oil. I know you follow that very closely, but we've had 9 separate hits just in the last month in this stock alone, and they just continue to be right, from the stock trading at $46 all the way up to where it is right now, and at $60 a share, so a little bit higher than it was right now. The November 65 calls, about 5,000 of those were bought pretty aggressively. They're paying a little over $1 for these calls. I'm in this already. I'm in the stock and in the options. I feel like there must be something more, Brian, and we'll hear more about this story as time goes on, but we've seen buyers out in January. Now they've got a little bit closer out in November. My calls that I own are out in January. I also own the stock. I got one more for you as well. Take a look at GLD. Now, we've been talking about this one. This has hit 41 times since the end of May with buying, when the stock was trading around 120, all the way up higher. We trimmed almost everything. I still own some, so we also see some buying today. Where are they going? They're buying a lot more time than they were buying. This isn't a short-term trade like everything else, but this trade, they're actually going to the March 149s. You can see it. This was yesterday's volume. They bought a few, about close to 6,000 of these calls. They bought it again today. They continue to buy there, and they're selling way upside calls. So this is something that tells me they're looking for this to make a nice move to the upside. We talked about a little bit about GLD, SLV, and some of that protection. This is probably more of that, what the people are looking for in terms of, if markets are going down, maybe gold's got a little shot to go a little bit higher.
A hedge, not just a straight long. All right, Jon, what are you seeing in unusual activity?
All right, Brian, we've had several nice calls in this stock, because whoever the big paper is that steps in here has been very accurate. Now you've seen the stock pull back from, around this level, let's call it 40 bucks, pulls back down here to 29. I like getting back in here. Somebody came in today and started buying up calls. Which calls were they buying, Brian? With the stock right here at 28.77, they're buying the November 32 calls. I bought those calls. I'll probably be in them a full month, and I like the stock to make a recovery back into those mid-30s pretty quick. So like I say, if it does, and that happens really quick, I'll probably take off some as this thing's rallying.